Trust me, I get it. You're feeling the pressure to keep your faith separate from your work, worried that pursuing your God-given dreams might be seen as selfish or misguided. For far too long, we've been held back by a world that tells us that faith and ambition don't mix, that our divinely inspired visions are just wishful thinking. But here's what I've discovered. Our faith isn't a liability in our leadership. As a matter of fact, it's the source of our strength and wisdom. When we fully integrate our leadership with our Christian values, then and only then do we tap into that unshakable divine power. The real challenge is navigating how to boldly pursue our purpose while staying anchored in our faith. And that's exactly what the Beacon Show is all about. Each week, we bring you biblical wisdom and practical strategies from true beacons, Christian leaders who are illuminating the world. And it's also that you can let your light shine brighter and brighter. I'm Tamara Jackson, and this is The Beacon Show. That you were going, you talked a little bit about leaning on your faith as you're going through this. So maybe there's someone that's listening to us, watching us, and they've taken this leap, either God orchestrated it clearly where the job is gone, or they feel as though God spoke to them and they followed that direction, but they're having those hard moments. Can you give some practical, like on a day-to-day basis, when those hard moments come, how do you and your husband navigate that? Maybe some of those tips would help our listening audience.
Sure. We're very, we just have an open line of communication all the time. If we're having a hard day, if we're really struggling, like this doesn't seem to be working out, or I'm worried about this, like we're talking about it. Like it's out in the open. It's not something that's being suppressed, right? It's a conversation where the other one can then speak into their life some encouragement. But then practically, like we'll set out some steps, like, okay, like if this doesn't happen by this date, like we're going to sit down and we're going to reevaluate this, and we're going to see, what can we do? Do we need to change course because what we're doing right now isn't working? And so just having those parameters of having communication, having encouragement, and then going, okay, we're going to have a practical step. And obviously that's going to look so different for whatever that situation is that someone is in, but saying like, let's give it this amount of time. And then we're going to readdress this, and we're going to say, if this isn't working, then we're going to hop to this. And then just obviously always being in prayer, like just going to God constantly with your requests and those hard moments, because he's in it with you. He wants to walk through it with you. And just saying, God, like that, this is what we need. This is what we're struggling with. Like, we trust you. We want to be in your will more than anything else here. So like, if our hearts are not in the right place, if our actions are, you don't want them over here, you want them over here, please show that to us.